Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Ashwarya with you. The biggest stories from India and across the world coming up in the next 30 minutes. First up, a look at the top headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Gujarat to a huge welcome on his 69th birthday. Prime Minister takes part in puja at the Sardar Sarovar Dam, review of projects in Narmada district. Vice President Naidu, other leaders wish him on his birthday. BJP celebrating PM's birthday as Seva Saptaha. Election Commission to review Maharashtra's poll preparedness with the civic administration, police officials and parties leaders. Term of a 288-member Maharashtra Assembly ends on 9th of November. Prime Minister Modi asks people to share ideas for Howdy Modi speech in the US. US President Donald Trump to make unprecedented appearance with the Prime Minister at the rally in Houston on Sunday. The 74th session of UN General Assembly to open from today in New York. Climate Action Summit among key events. 112 heads of state, 48 heads of government and over 30 foreign ministers to address general debate. PM Modi's address on 27th of September will be his third at the forum since 2014. And Kamani Auditorium to host the 5th International Ramayan Festival. Home Minister Amit Shah to inaugurate the 3-day festival. Groups from 8 countries to take part in the event. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who turned 69 today, visited the Sardar Sarovar Dam on the Narmada River in Gujarat today. He arrived in Kevadia in Narmada district today morning, where he was received by State Chief Minister Vijay Rupani. Thereafter, the Prime Minister visited the Sardar Sarovar Dam. It is for the first time that Sardar Sarovar Dam witnessed water level to its maximum capacity, that is 138.68 meters. And to mark this occasion, the Vijay Rupani government has organized Namami Devi Narmada Mahotsav all over the state. This time, due to massive rainfall in Madhya Pradesh, water levels rose in Narmada River, as a result of which this dam also reached its maximum capacity. The Prime Minister is also expected to address a gathering here. Remember, the Prime Minister had inaugurated the Sardar Sarovar Dam project on 17th of September 2017, but due to lack of rainfall, water levels remained low. Sardar Sarovar is India's largest dam and second largest in the world. This project will cater to power and water needs of 4 states: Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Rajasthan. The Prime Minister also inspected ongoing developmental projects near the dam. He visited the Khalwani Eco-Tourism site in Kevadia in Narmada district. He also visited the Jungle Safari Tourist Park in Kevadia. And the Prime Minister will also visit the Statue of Unity. He is also expected to visit the Temple of Lord Dattatreya at Gurudeshwar village near Kevadia. On his birthday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also visit his mother in Raisan village near the state capital to seek her blessings. And wishes are pouring in for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 69th birthday today. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said that the nation is making steady progress under his able leadership. He added that India has earned global recognition for the transformative reforms undertaken by the Modi government under his direction. He also wished him a long and healthy life. And Home Minister Amit Shah described Prime Minister Modi as a leader with strong willpower and a symbol of decisive leadership and hard work. In a tweet, he said that an emerging India has made a mark in the world as a strong, safe and reliable nation under his leadership. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that Prime Minister Modi has been instrumental in building and strengthening India's position on the global stage. And wishing Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his birthday, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that his leadership is building a new India and has been an inspiration to all. And the Gujarat BJP has opened a photo exhibition at the BJP headquarters in Gandhinagar, themed Modi, a story of Mother India's son. The exhibition is tracing the journey of Prime Minister Narendra Modi from his days as a pracharak to his work in the RSS and then his political rise. The poster exhibition also showcases all important decisions taken by him as Prime Minister. The exhibition was inaugurated by Gujarat BJP State President Jeetu Wagani. Alright, let's get to some other news now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sought ideas from people for his 22nd of September speech at Houston in the United States. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi urged people to share their ideas, saying that he would refer to some of them in his speech. PM Modi asked people to express their thoughts on the special open forum on the Namo application. Prime Minister Modi had earlier asked the people for ideas on his Independence Day speech as well and Mann Ki Baat monthly radio program as well. Remember, more than 50,000 Indian Americans from across the US have registered for the 22nd of September Howdy Modi Shared Dreams Bright Futures event that will be held at the NRG Stadium in Houston. US President Donald Trump will also be present at the event. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday met New Jersey Governor Philip D. Murphy and assured him of his government support as the US state seeks to pursue meaningful cooperation with the states in India. A release from the Prime Minister's office said that the governor briefed the Prime Minister of his priorities of building his state's relations with India and committed to working towards a robust partnership between India and the US. And both the dignitaries agreed to the significance of cooperation in STEM and in higher education. Now, this is Murphy's first visit to India. The governor is visiting Agra, Mumbai, Hyderabad and Ahmedabad, apart from national capital, Delhi. News from Jammu and Kashmir now. Home Minister Amit Shah reviewed the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir on Monday. The meeting was attended by National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba, among others, that the Home Minister chaired. During the 2-hour-long meeting, the Home Minister was given a detailed presentation on the prevailing security situation in the region, particularly along the international border and the line of control. Meanwhile, Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik met with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi and briefed him about the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. And the Supreme Court has asked the centre and Jammu and Kashmir authorities to restore normalcy in the valley and ensure that people have access to welfare facilities. The court's direction came on a plea seeking removal of communication restrictions in Jammu and Kashmir. And a 3-judge bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said that normalcy should be restored while keeping in mind national interest. The Supreme Court also sought a report from the Jammu and Kashmir High Court Chief Justice on allegations that people are finding it difficult to approach the High Court. And CJI Gogoi added that it is very serious if the people of Jammu and Kashmir have not been able to approach the High Court. And in response, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal told the bench that the restrictions have been lifted in over 88% of the police stations in Kashmir Division. He added that not a single bullet has been fired in the region. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court also allowed senior Congress leader Ghulam Nabi Azad to visit Jammu and Kashmir. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said that the former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister can only visit Srinagar, Jammu, Baramulla and Anantnag districts. The apex court also asked Azad to interact with the people, check on their welfare and file a ground report on the situation in Kashmir. However, the top court directed him not to indulge in any political rally. The top court also allowed CPIM leader Mohammad Yusuf Tarigami to go back to his home state Jammu and Kashmir. A three-judge bench said that the former MLA does not need any permission to go home if the doctors at AIIMS allow him. And in another order, the Supreme Court asked the centre and the Jammu and Kashmir administration to respond to a plea seeking that the former Chief Minister Farooq Abdullah be produced before the court. The petition was filed by Tamil Nadu's MDMK leader Vaiko seeking Abdullah's release so that he could attend an event in Chennai. Remember, Abdullah is under house arrest since 5th of August. He was detained under the Public Safety Act on Sunday. This matter will now be heard on 30th of September. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has set up a joint committee on Office of Prophet. BJP MP Satyapal Singh has been nominated as the chairperson of this committee. The Speaker also nominated 5 members from the Rajya Sabha and 1 from the Lok Sabha for the 15-member committee. The Joint Committee on Office of Prophet is mandated to examine the composition and character of various committees of the central and state governments and to recommend the membership or chairmanship of which of them have to be treated as an office of prophet. Remember, an MP is liable to be disqualified for becoming a member or a chairperson of an office of prophet. News from Maharashtra now. An election commission team is on a 2-day visit to Mumbai beginning today to review poll preparedness. Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora along with the election commissioners Ashok Lavasa and Sushil Chandra will reach Mumbai today and will hold meetings with the civil administration and police officials. They will also meet leaders of various political parties to take stock of the state's poll readiness. And the poll panel will be back in the national capital Delhi on Wednesday evening. Remember, the term of the 288-member Maharashtra Assembly ends on 9th of November and a new assembly has to be constituted before that. More news from Maharashtra. The Nationalist Congress Party or the NCP and the Congress will contest 125 seats each in next month's Maharashtra Legislative Assembly election. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar informed this on Monday. Now, as per the agreement, 38 seats will be left for the allies to contest. According to Pawar, NCP will give chance to new faces in the polls. Remember, Maharashtra Assembly has 288 seats. And in Breakfast News, we'll take a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Don't go anywhere.
A historic move. Indian Army on the alert in the state. Army holds first recruitment rally after abrogation of Article 370. Indian Army steps up efforts to rebuild lives devastated by terrorism. From Hilkaka to Peer Panjal Range, RSTV reports from Ground Zero. Watch our special series, Eradicating Militancy, Ensuring Peace, every Tuesday at 10 p.m.
Welcome back after the break. President Ramnath Kovind reached Slovenia on Monday on the concluding leg of his three-nation visit to Iceland, Switzerland and Slovenia. And President Ramnath Kovind met with his Slovenian counterpart, President Borut Pahor, and discussed various issues related to cooperation in high-tech, clean technology, robotics, and artificial intelligence. He also thanked Slovenia for supporting India on issues, especially cross-border terrorism. And during the bilateral meeting between the two presidents, the two sides exchanged 7 MOUs and programs of cooperation in the fields of investment, sports, culture, river rejuvenation, and science and technology. He also sought Slovenia's continued support for India's membership of the Nuclear Suppliers Group, or the NSG, and expressed his gratitude for Slovenia's support for India's permanent membership of the United Nations Security Council. The two sides also renewed their commitment to strengthen global action to combat climate change. And Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has announced a number of steps to boost exports. He said that the insurance cover under the Export Credit Insurance Scheme has been enhanced, which will provide banks more comfort to give loans to the exporters. He also said that the ECGC has introduced a scheme called Niryat Rin Vikas Yojana to enhance loan availability to exporters. He added that the ECGC provides a credit guarantee to exporters up to 60% of loss. Under the new scheme, up to 90% of the principal amount and interest will be covered through insurance. The minister said that those exporters who will avail insurance cover up to 10 crore rupees need not face inspection. He further said that the steps announced will help India achieve a $1 trillion export target. He added that 4 mega shopping festivals for gems and jewelry, handicrafts, yoga and tourism, and textiles and leather will be organized, and states have been asked to apply for this. So far, Uttar Pradesh has requested to organize Handicrafts Festival.
Credit as of 31st March 80 करोड़ से कम है, उनकी हम प्रीमियम जो आज के दिन 0.72% है उसको भी थोड़ा कम करेंगे, उनको एनकरेज करने के लिए कि स्कीम में आए। साथ ही साथ जो 80 करोड़ से बड़े एक्सपोर्टर्स हैं जिनकी लिमिट्स 80 करोड़ से ज़्यादा है, उसको भी 2 कैटेगरी में स्प्लिट करेंगे, एक नॉन गोल्ड ज्वेलरी एंड डायमंड और एक बाकी सब।
Ayushman Pakhwara is being organized in the country to mark the completion of 1 year of the implementation of the health scheme Ayushman Bharat. The 2-week-long program to create awareness about Ayushman Bharat scheme and health will conclude on 2nd of October, and 44,06,641 people have benefited from the scheme in the first year. Over 10 crore people have received e-cards. Over 18,000 hospitals have been linked with the scheme till now. The scheme aims to provide an insurance cover of 5 lakh rupees to 10 crore poor families, or almost 50 crore people. Remember, this scheme was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 23rd of September in Ranchi in Jharkhand. On to some other news, India has taken a new initiative to strengthen its relationship with the ASEAN nations. The government kick-started a program to offer 1,000 PhD fellowships to ASEAN students at IITs in Delhi, in India. The program was launched jointly by External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Human Resource Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank in the presence of ambassadors of all 10 ASEAN nations in Delhi. Here are all the details.
The ASEAN Fellowship Program will begin from January 2020. 1,000 5-year fellowships will be provided in 3 phases. The Ministry of External Affairs will meet the expenses from its budgetary allocation. The students can study at any one of the 23 Indian institutes of technology. The research will be related to science and technology, including artificial intelligence.
I am therefore grateful to the IITs for their support for this initiative, opening the doors of these most coveted, most sought-after temples of modern India, exclusively for our ASEAN partners, underlines the extent to which the government of Prime Minister Modi wants to ensure that we act east in every way, including to script a better future for all of us in our Asian homeland.
इसका समन्वय दिल्ली आईआईटी के निदेशक करेंगे और किस रूप में किस ढंग से उन मानकों को भी तय करेंगे कि किन देशों से किस किस जो चयन प्रक्रिया है उनकी भी प्रक्रिया होगी। और मैं भरोसा दिलाता हूं अपने विदेश मंत्री जी को और अपने सभी राजदूत गण हैं जो हमारे आसियान देशों के, कि हम उन बच्चों को, उन छात्रों को एक हीरे की तरह तराश करके आपको देंगे। आपको भी उन पर गर्व होगा। आपको एक बार फिर बधाई और शुभकामनाएं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Our sincere gratitude to the Government of India for this great and generous initiative. Education is certainly the foundation of everyone's future, and I'm excited that for those who will have the valuable opportunity to study at the prestigious Indian Institutes of Technology. In addition to scholarly achievements, fellowship recipients will also forge friendships that will last a lifetime.
The government has launched a portal in association with IIT Delhi where students can apply directly. This is the first such initiative by India on such a large scale for ASEAN nations that have come up as a major strategic partner for India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced the fellowship on 25th January 2018 at the India-ASEAN Commemorative Summit in New Delhi.
Indeed, it is a big push for India-ASEAN relationship beyond strategy and diplomacy. It will certainly consolidate the relationship between India and ASEAN and also strengthen people of ASEAN that will create further bonhomie between India and ASEAN nations. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Dusmanta in Delhi.
The 74th session of the United Nations General Assembly commences from today in New York. The high-level general debate will take place from 24th of September to 30th of September. Now, initial speakers list indicate that about 112 heads of state, nearly 48 heads of government and over 30 foreign ministers will be in New York to address the general debate. An Indian delegation of political leaders and foreign policy experts will be visiting the United States ahead of PM Modi's visit there and his address to the General Assembly on 27th of September. PM Modi's speech at the UN will be the first after winning a second term as Prime Minister. Top international focus now. Israel is holding its second general elections within 160 days after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu failed to form a coalition government following the 9th of April poll. Netanyahu, who had previously been premier between 1996 and 1999, retained power in 2013 and 2015 elections, but after failing to form a coalition following the April 2019 vote, he passed a law to dissolve parliament and hold new elections, remaining prime minister in the interim. Now, 6.4 million voters will decide the fate of 31 candidates today, as the country's longest-serving Prime Minister Netanyahu faces his toughest political challenge. And finally, the 5th International Ramayan Festival is set to begin in New Delhi from today. Organized by the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, the event will be inaugurated by Home Minister Amit Shah at the Kamani Auditorium, and artists from Thailand, Trinidad and Tobago, Indonesia, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, Bangladesh and Fiji will participate in the festival. The festival will be held from 17th to 19th of September in the national capital, and after Delhi, the festival will be held in Lucknow between 20th to 22nd of September and then in Pune on 21st of September. The International Ramayan Festival will showcase various versions of the epic Ramayan that has been interpreted and staged by each country in its own way.
ऐसे 8 देशों के कला समूह सहभागी होंगे और रामायण के किसी न किसी अध्याय को नृत्य और संगीत के माध्यम से अपनी शैली में, अपने अंदाज में हमारे सम्मुख प्रस्तुत करेंगे। 2015 से न केवल रामायण महोत्सव के माध्यम से मगर अन्य आयोजनों के माध्यम से हमारी सौम्य संपदा या सॉफ्ट पावर का ये जो कल्चरल डायमेंशन है, इसको भारत सरकार ने बहुत ताकत से, आग्रह से आगे रखा है।
And with that, we wrap up this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.